All right. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Uh, Life's been pretty interesting lately, and I just really haven't gotten around to it. Um, yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles. This is kind of like a communal, like omnibus, like everything that's happened in the last 3 weeks since the last upload video. Type deal. So yeah, ever since the last video, the Raiders game, the Commanders game, and recently the Bills game just happened for the Eagles, and the Eagles won all three of those games. So let's quickly go over kind of like a recap of those three games, and then we'll talk about how the playoff run is going to be handled on this channel, as well as the future outlook of this channel going forward. So let's start with the Raiders game. After the Chargers game, it was really defeating. Jalen Hurts throws 4 interceptions. It was really bad. So I thought, okay, like the Raiders game has to be a get right game for this team. Like, if you lose the Raiders, season's over. And the Eagles won that game. They destroyed the Raiders 31-0. It was never in doubt. It was not competitive at all. And it finished really quickly. I think they said it was the second quickest game in NFL history. I think that is correct. So yeah, it was just a get right game purely and solely. And we won that game very easily. And the following week, we got a chance to go on the road against the Commanders and beat a Commanders team with a third string quarterback. Now, they did take a 10-7 lead or 10-3 lead early, but eventually we managed to beat that team as well. I know Mariota played and then was ruled out. So Mariota started playing, then was ruled out. Then the third string came in and we beat up on him. So another easy game late, no problem. And then the game this week against the Bills that just happened, we dominated the majority of that game. And then late, the defense, because they were out there a lot of the second half, because our offense, for some reason, couldn't get any yards in the second half, let the Bills score 2 touchdowns. With 8 seconds left, Josh Allen and the Bills go for 2 to win the game in regulation, which was the correct call. And then he misses a wide open receiver for a 2-point conversion. We sneak away with the victory. Now, granted, this Bills game was kind of irrelevant because based on how the NFC standings checked out, currently this is getting filmed like in the middle of the Bears game before it's finishing. That game's tied right now, so we don't know the outcome of that, but currently the Seattle Seahawks are 13-3 and have the 1 seed. So the Eagles can't get the 1 seed, but they can somehow get the 2 seed. It just requires the Niners to win this week and the Bears to lose next week against the Lions, who at this point are eliminated and have nothing to play for. I don't know. I think that if I'm a fan of the Eagles, which I am, I'd rather see a fully healthy Eagles team play 3 playoff games, whether they're home or away, rather than like try to play for the 2nd seed and then play our starters for meaningless minutes because the Bears then win, which means it won't matter for the Eagles. So out the Bears win tonight. That way the Eagles literally have to not play any starters whatsoever. They can rest anybody and really give a bye week to every starter going into the playoffs, which you're going to need a week of rest, especially with the linemen that have been hurt all season. And you don't want any injuries to happen. So I think that for the benefit of the Eagles, for the benefit of the team, it would be beneficial the Bears won and the Eagles can just rest their starters. And just because if the Bears win tonight, we are locked into that 3 seed anyways. And I think if the Bears win tonight, then we clinch the 3 seed because we can't get past them because they have the tiebreaker because they'll be 12-3, I think, 12-4, right? 12-4. So, yeah, hoping for a Bears win. But Eagles side of things, the offense has looked better. It's still kind of sputtering, but the weather had a lot to do with it in the Bills game. But I think that Eagles are looking good heading into the playoffs. I do think the Eagles have kept some of plays hitting in the playbook. I think they haven't fully unlocked the entire playbook. Notice that Jalen Hurts hasn't been running a lot with his legs. Only important crucial games has Jalen Hurts really used his legs, but I think heading into this playoff run, you're going to see Jalen Hurts use his legs a lot more, and a lot of plays and a lot of the read options are going to probably come back when we're in the playoffs. But yeah, it was a typical Eagles game. AJ Brown got involved. I think the offense is good. Really, this team's success in the playoffs will depend on the matchups they get to play against and where those matchups are played. And that's really going to decide how far the Eagles are going to go, because it's not like last year where I can pick them against anybody just about. This year, it really will depend on who you play and where you play them as to where you're going to go in this Super Bowl or not. As for the rest of the channel, I have not been uploading as frequently and effectively, and going to next year, I plan to change that. I will cover the entire playoff run this year. I have plans to do shorts for all the playoff teams, my opinions on them, and whether or not I think they're going to win or not. And we'll make a playoff prediction video, and kind of like a season debrief video where I go over my predictions, so on and so forth. Those videos will be coming out. But going into the future, past the football season, I'm not really sure what this channel is going to look like. It could just be football content going forward, but I'm not sure yet. Maybe I do branch out and do other things that I like, put content on there that I like, but I will have to make a decision on that. I'm not sure in the moment, but the playoff run will guaranteed be covered. I noticed that I didn't make any of the offseason videos I thought I was going to make last year, so I don't know if I'm going to cover the NFL in the offseason a lot and just have 4 to 5 months of dormancy, or just do other content that's not related to football entirely. Another reason why I'm thinking about making this transition is because, like, I really don't have a format set. Like last year was a lot of the retro bowl stuff in the middle of the video with the scores on the board, and then lately I've just been lazy. I just put pictures up because, like, I don't really want to freaking film myself playing Madden and just like using last Madden plays and not really being good at that game. So I don't know what I'm going to do going forward. I might just play games that I like to play as the background, even though they'll have nothing to do with the video, unfortunately. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I've yet to decide that. But I'll figure it out. Maybe not in time for the playoff run, but I'll definitely figure out by this offseason and next season. But yeah, the Eagles have won all the games after that Chargers embarrassment, and looking good and going to the playoffs. But like I said, it's going to depend on the playoff matchups. Whether or not you get to the Super Bowl or not will depend on who you face. Looking at it right now, if we get the third seed, which I think will be locked into the third seed, I think it's very possible to somehow get 3 home games. It might not be possible. We might have to play the Bears on the road. The reason why I say we might have to play the Bears on the road is because I think the NFC West wildcard teams are going to win some games in the wildcard round, which means that one of those teams will play probably Seattle in the divisional round, and then we would play the Bears. I'm expecting the Bears to beat a banged up Packers team at home in the divisional round, and then if the wild card West team beats the Seahawks, then and we beat the Bears, then that NFC Championship game happens in Philly, which will be really beneficial for us. Again, we don't know how it's going to shake out, but there is a path for Eagles to make the Super Bowl, and there is a path for Eagles to win the Super Bowl because our defense is really good. It's just a matter of who are we going to face, how will the cookie crumble. Because if we do have to go on the road into Seattle, I don't know if we can win that game, to be honest. Even though Seattle has been looking kind of suspect lately. But yeah, that's about it. I will cover the playoff run. Next week will probably be more detailed videos on the playoff runs, the everything, my playoff predictions, the shorts on every team, my thoughts on every team. I'll have those up for next week for you guys. Fly Eagles fly.